What if I told you the players who will shock the National Football League in 2026 aren't the ones dominating headlines right now, but the ones quietly sitting just outside the spotlight, waiting for their moment? My name is Sam Broody. I keep things simple here, no filler, no nonsense. Let's get straight into it. Every single year, there are rookies who enter the league without much hype, and then a few months later, everyone is asking the same question: how did we miss this guy? And the truth is, it's not because the talent wasn't there, it's because people were looking in the wrong direction. This year is no different, and there are 4 players in particular who are about to make a lot of teams regret not paying attention. Let's start with number 4, Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. Tate is not the flashiest receiver in this class, and that is exactly why he keeps getting overlooked. But when you watch the film, you start to notice something different. This is one of the most polished route runners in the entire draft. At just 21 years old, he already runs routes with the kind of precision and timing that you normally only see from experienced NFL veterans. There is no wasted movement, no unnecessary steps, just clean, sharp execution. And then there are his hands. He catches almost everything. The ball comes his way, and it sticks. But in a draft culture that is obsessed with speed numbers and highlight plays, players like Tate get pushed aside for more explosive names, even though his skill set translates directly to the NFL. Now let's talk about number 3, Sonny Styles out of Ohio State. This one almost doesn't make sense when you look at the numbers. At 243 pounds, Styles ran a 4.39 40, which is wide receiver speed in a linebacker's body. But what really makes him special is not just the athleticism, it's what he can do with it. He can drop into coverage and stay with tight ends. He can blitz and get to the quarterback. He can stop the run in the box, and he can move sideline to sideline like a much smaller player. There are already comparisons being made to Fred Warner, and when you watch him play, you can see why. Yet somehow, he is still not getting the attention he deserves, mostly because linebacker is not a position that gets much hype, even though players like this can completely change a defense. Now let's move to number 2, Ruben Bain Jr. out of Miami Hurricanes. If you are looking for pure disruption, Bain might be the most impactful defensive lineman in this draft. His film shows a player who consistently wins at the line of scrimmage, not occasionally, but play after play. One of the most telling moments came in his matchup against Fernando Mendoza, where he applied constant pressure and made it look effortless. And yet, instead of focusing on that level of production, some teams are focusing on his arm length. That is the concern that keeps coming up. But when you look at NFL history, arm length has never been a reliable indicator of pass rush success. What matters is how often you disrupt the play, and Bain does that at an elite level. This is exactly the kind of situation where overthinking can lead to a huge mistake. And finally, number 1, Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame. This might be the most complete running back prospect we have seen in over a decade. He is 6 feet tall, 214 pounds, with the explosiveness of Jahmyr Gibbs and the physicality to dominate between the tackles. But what really separates him is that he is a true 3-down back. He can run, catch, and block, which makes him valuable in every situation. There are analysts who believe he is the best overall player in this entire draft class, not just at his position. And yet, he might not be selected in the top 5, not because of talent, but because of positional bias. Teams have convinced themselves that running backs are not worth early picks, even when the player in front of them is clearly different. And that is really what this entire list comes down to. It is not about talent, because all of these players have it. It is about perception. Some players get pushed up the board because of hype, while others quietly fall because they do not fit a certain narrative. But in 2026, none of that will matter. Once these players step onto the field, the conversation will change very quickly. So now the question is simple: which teams are paying attention to what actually matters, and which ones are about to realize they missed something special? Drop your thoughts in the comment box. See you in the next video.